Man. But nah, man, what's the next topic, Jackson? I'm hyped about this week. You know, this Georgia week, it's a lot of fans that have been talking a lot of smack. And Georgia fans,
They
I
keep
don't think
talking.
I don't think they've been watching their team. And then on the other side of it, I think Bama fans, some Bama fans have been watching too much of Georgia and not enough of Bama. So it's gonna be a funny weekend after this game clock hits zero and the final score is posted. It's gonna be a funny weekend for the next 48 to 72 hours. So I'm excited about it.
Well, we've got the week 5 rankings, and in the AP poll, we're 17th in the nation. In the coaches poll, we're 16th. But we're not ranked at all in the Mark Rogers top 25 that actually makes sense, unfortunately. But I always say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
I know why we're not ranked in his top 25. Like I've said before, Mark Rogers does his top 25 completely different from every other ranking. He does it by what you've done. And what we've done so far is not really top 25 worthy. Obviously, if we beat Georgia, Mark Rogers will bump us way up. His top 25, it actually makes sense. For right now, though, we got to be patient. We have to be patient to earn that spot. Definitely, the AP has us in a good place because if we win, we're going to move up big time. We're going to probably be back close to the top 10, if not in the top 10. So,
man, listen, 17 beating 5, you're definitely top 10. You going at least number 8. Your only loss is to another currently ranked opponent. Florida State stay undefeated. They're going to be in the top 5. They don't. Does Florida State see Miami regular season? I don't think they see Miami regular season.
they do.
Yeah, they see them on October 4th.
October 4th? Man, that's going to be one to shape out. Florida State mess around, go and win that one. That helps us throughout the rest of the season.
Because like I feel like that could happen. Like that game. How much you want to bet you see a wide left or a wide right in that game? Like that's something you're gonna see.
Probably.
Oh man, like that. There's always some version of wide right, but this time it would be Kirk Herbstreit and the puppy dog watching that.
Yeah,
the dog will be happy either way as long as he gets his treat. But
man, listen, I'm really on to the matchup rankings because I think the last time I want to say 2008 we came into Georgia ranked number like 12, number 11 or number 12.
We were 8th, I believe, and Georgia was number 3, but that was because like Georgia, they had Arizona State week 4 and they had a few crappy opponents. I believe it was an FCS game. I think they had Georgia Southern. Then they played Central Michigan week 2. Then they had that bye week. Then they went to Arizona State where Sean Marino did his little dive for the touchdown. It was like all over College Game Day.
Yeah.
Blackout for a knockout.
Georgia, I remember being in college watching that game, man.
Like, you really want to try that again, Georgia? Like going for the black uniforms? Like trying it out.
Did they announce that they're going to be wearing black uniforms?
Oh, I heard some crap where somebody was saying that. I'm like, you really want to try that again?
I got bro in my chat. I got a Georgia fan in my chat real quick before we go to the next topic. He said, yeah, I've heard that before. 5 losses in 4 seasons. Nobody has had a better record over the. Okay. Anyways, bro, are y'all wearing the Georgia? Are y'all wearing the blackout jerseys? Do you know? I need to find out. We need to find out. We need to get an official report on that because if that's the case, I think Kalen DeBoer is gonna wear the black Alabama hoodie. You know, when he come out in that black hoodie, that mean
he's not so tough. He's not so tough.
Hey, Kalen DeBoer come out in that black Bama gear. You know he ready. Ready.
Well, Coach Jeffrey, there was one stat that I saw on CFB Home on Twitter the other day. And it's a fact that Georgia has the longest active home game winning streak with 34 straight victories. Well, you got a chance to make some history, gents.
Yeah, it's gonna take a A+ effort though. I mean, I'll be talking about it on my show tomorrow. But Kane Womack, that was like the first highlight of the post practice interviews, the press availability today. Just focusing on effort is not about skill, is not about the playbook anymore for this team. He feels like it's just about effort. And that's what I think that's what was missing in week one. Imagine just, those first two big plays that they were able to convert. If we just had some effort, Bray Hubbard, Keon Sabb, Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson on that jet sweep or on that reverse. All those guys had opportunities to at least create some type of big play if they would have just gave some effort. And we'll see. We'll see this Saturday. We'll see. So I think it starts right there in the effort.
Both teams are very talented every year, and that's no different this year. Despite Alabama's, struggles against Florida State and, we're not at, the Nick Saban level anymore. And Georgia, they've been a little shaky the last couple of years, a lot of close wins. They're not what they were 3-4 years ago. These are still two very talented teams. They both have future first-round draft picks all over the team. It's not a talent problem. Like you said, it's an effort issue for both of these teams. Honestly, both teams could play equally as hard. Somebody's got to win. So, if whoever plays harder will win, but there is a shot that both teams play just as hard. But somebody has to win. In that scenario, you usually would go with the home team. But I don't know, though, because, again, Georgia has looked so shaky. Maybe we are better. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because I think that, like I said, both teams are almost equally matched, equally talented. And especially like different parts of like the field, like different position groups. Maybe Georgia's a little better. Maybe we're a little better. But they have the home field advantage. And, they have been very, tough to beat at home. But we've dominated them. So it could be a little bit of a mental factor.
We're their kryptonite.
I know. It's like we might have a little bit of that mental factor going against them. Like, hey, like we're in their heads. Like they haven't been able to beat us practically at all.
It's like Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, where like little Batman Beyond's getting in Joker's head. He's like, I'm not the OG Batman, but that's okay. I don't need to be. I can just get inside the Joker's head. That's what it's like with Alabama, Georgia, right there.
I think now though, Jackson. I think now more so schematically, Kirby Smart is going to have an issue with Ryan Grubb and his play calling, this offensive play calling. I think this Georgia defense is going to struggle against the play calling style of what Alabama is bringing to the table. If Kirby stays light in that box, they're going to be in trouble. That secondary is not Georgia secondary. And my guy said, not there. Let me get this comment. He said, this UGA roster is probably the youngest Kirby has ever had. And that's what my whole thing was coming into this season. Can Kirby truly finally have to develop a roster? He has yet to have to do that in the 6 years he's had. The first 3 years he has such a veteran roster, nothing but sophomores, redshirt juniors, redshirt sophomores, redshirt seniors. He had those guys around for the first 4 to 5 years. By the time his young guys were counted on, they were sophomores and juniors. They were seasoned. They were fitted into the program. This is the first time he's seen some guys leave that were, last year how many players did y'all lose to the portal from the defense side of Georgia? And these are guys that you guys were looking forward to being leaders on this team. We're going to be impact players. So I look at it as an opportunity for us to really test them offensively against their defense. And then our defense versus their offense, I don't think Mike Bobo is going to try to go out of pocket and try to do something different. I think they really believe they're the tougher team right now because of how we showed up against Florida State. And that's going to be the challenge going into this game.
What I think is funny about this comment is how does Georgia look shaky? And then he proceeds to respond with us getting beat against Florida State instead of talking about why his team is not shaky. Georgia, the last 2 seasons, has had a lot of bad performances. We have too. Yes, we have too. We've had bad performances, but the difference is that in most of Georgia's bad performances, they keep finding ways to win. They barely beat Kentucky. They barely beat Mississippi State. They barely beat Georgia Tech. They shouldn't have beat Florida, but Lagway got hurt. Tons of bad performances. Trashing his Notre Dame, yes. Beck was hurt.
The refs bailed you out against Georgia Tech.
Yes, they did. Austin P this year was not impressive. Tennessee had a ton of chances to lose that game, but somehow they won. Somehow Tennessee
They
blew
got in
that
their
game,
own
and that's
way.
exactly what happened. So when I look at
Even
Georgia,
even week
reason,
1 against Marshall, bro, like they did not start separating in the game, and even on offense, their offense wasn't just moving fluently against Marshall. Their offensive line is struggling. If our D line was to start to get some hype, it would be because of the showing in this game coming up.
he's not seeing it because he's a fan and they keep winning. That's what I'm saying. What the point I was trying to get to is that because Georgia keeps winning all of these close games, it's making their fans think that they're still elite, and they're not right now. They're not an elite team right now, but they keep winning. They keep finding ways to win. And that might happen this weekend. We don't know, but that's the thing with Georgia. They're not looking as good as they did 3 years ago. They're not even close to that level. But as long as they keep winning these close games against mediocre opponents, and I almost want to throw Tennessee as a mediocre opponent. They're not mediocre, but
Tennessee is actually a solid team this year.
They're good, but still, Tennessee, if Georgia was what they used to be, they would have won that game a lot easier.